Anyways, welcome to the show. This is a last minute thing, so I didn't actually expect anyone to show up because I just scheduled this like 5 minutes ago. So if anyone stumbles in here and happens to watch this, great. Otherwise, if you're watching this as a recording, you can help me build out what will be kind of a new future for what I'm doing with the HVAC Dope Show. So if you've been subscribing for a while, we put out content on how to get the best HVAC for your house. We talk about heat pumps a lot. We talk about a lot of different things. I give my opinions as a contractor that was doing it for 10 years and recently, and this is news that I haven't publicly spoken of on this channel, but recently sold my company in the past. It's been a little bit, it's been over a year, but I've been kind of processing through it, and I'm happy to answer questions about that as well. But basically what I'm looking to do now, or what my plan is with this channel, and this is, you just have to tell me if this is something you're even interested in. That's part of why I'm putting out this video, to get a feeler, because I have over the years gotten a lot of requests for like a consultation. And when I was running my company, it was like I would love to help everyone, but it was too busy running the company, dealing with actual customers. It felt very hard to do that too. And so I just didn't have the bandwidth at the time. And so what I'm looking to do now is something along those lines, because of all the requests we've got, and we'll do that in a live stream format. And where I need your help is building out how that format will look in terms of, and it's supposed to be intimate. Like, I'm planning on doing one of these a day. And the thing is I don't know how much of a need there is for that. So if I have, 10 people, 20 people, 30 people tuning in a day, for me, that's worth it, because I can have real conversations with real people. Both contractors can tune in, and people who are just laymen and are trying to purchase HVAC equipment can tune in, and we can answer a lot of common questions. We can help resolve things. A lot of times when we show up at people's houses to do system replacements, this is when I had my company, we would show up, and it wouldn't happen all the time. Like 9 out of 10 times, the system was due for replacement and the customer was ready to move forward. And it was just due because it was either broken and it was old, and planned obsolescence through various features that have kind of been ingrained into the HVAC industry, that I've talked about openly in other videos, that are kind of things that like they made me money because they create a predictable replacement cycle. But the actual like part of me that's a human just hates it, because it feels like this forced phase out every 15 years just so that we can sell bullshit to consumers. And I know this might come across as very blunt, and people might be surprised to hear that from me as a former HVAC contractor and whatnot. And so whatever, it is what it is. So that is kind of why I'm doing what I'm doing with the show. It's part of why I sold my company. The main reason I sold the company, though, was just life changes. My daughter was born, and changed everything for me. And I just realized I needed to pursue something else. And I'm happy to talk about what else I'm pursuing in other videos, and if it's of interest to you. But really, what I want to talk about is the value I'd like to add, and how I see this format playing out. And you can let me know what you think in the comment section when you watch this video. So I'm looking at doing a daily live stream at various times throughout the week. My guess is something around noon, and then something in the evening. For me, 8 Mountain Standard Time works best. So if you're on the West Coast, it's going to be 7 o'clock. If you're on the East Coast, that's going to be 10 o'clock. If you're in another part of the world, you can do the math. I know we get some people that tune in from Europe, and we also get some people that tune in from Canada, but you're in the same time zone, so you can figure that out. That's kind of what I want to do is live Q&A, answer your questions. You tell me what kind of house you have, what the square footage is, how, and what problems you're looking to solve, and then we troubleshoot it on the spot. And where contractors can chime in is that if, let's say, you're a contractor in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, and you happen to do geothermal heat pumps, or you happen to do forced air, your high efficiency furnaces, 80%, whatever you love, you can talk about it on the channel. You might be old school, you like pellet stoves, and just keep it. I know a lot of contractors in super cold climates, they like stuff that works versus high efficiency stuff that has varying reputations, and a lot of it does come down to the install. But I mean, I've installed high efficiency systems, and I'm telling you, installing stuff at altitude is a different ballgame. When you get up to 8,000 feet, the manual might tell you one thing, but to get it to work and breathe properly and get the pressure switches not to trip, it's like you might have to put in 4-inch exhaust. And it's just a different, and even though it might say 3-inch in the manual, and there's just a lot that goes into making sure it works. And so that's what we'll, talk about. And so the idea is to create kind of this collaborative effort in the space where we can real time connect good contractors and homeowners with good information. I can give you my 2 cents. I'm obviously knowledgeable on residential HVAC. If you want to talk commercial, I might be able to chime in, but I'm not going to know as much because I'm not as familiar with like the loads on various commercial buildings. In terms of, if you show me a 3.2 in Colorado and I look at a load calculation, I'm going to know it's, a 3.2 flat, 1,200 square feet above grade, 1,200 square foot basement, regardless of whether or not it's finished, because it's not going to change the load on the space that much, even on a cooling basis, unless you're putting in like a bunch of weird shit or grow lights. But we're not talking about that. Just basic, because this is Colorado. I mean, we ran into that a lot in basements, and it's whatever. And some of our customers actually grew vegetables in their basements too. You have a lot of hippy dippies out here. So I'm kind of one of them. I have a greenhouse with vegetables in it. No, none of the devil's, what do they call it? Devil's lettuce. Anyways, that's my favorite expression for it. But long story short, that's what I'm doing with the channel. And if that's of interest to you and you want these live Q&A sessions, let me know in the comments what times. I'm going to be running a poll on the channel, so you can do that as well. But just wanted to open that up and say what's up. So text Eddie HVAC, hey, what's up? Yes, I sold to private equity. And yeah, it was, I mean, they're the ones obviously buying right now. But the reason I was selling is, like I said, my daughter was born, and it kind of just made me realize that HVAC, even though it was something that served a need in my life in terms of like a profession and a career, that was great. But in terms of, um, it just wasn't my passion. And it just, when my daughter was born, it made life feel very short, and like every moment's precious and I have to make it count. And so that's why I just made the decision that I had to focus on other things, and that's why I'm doing some different things now. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. Where I knew that running a live stream at 9 o'clock on a Sunday after a holiday week was not going to be the biggest turnout, especially with like 5 minutes notice. So I'm surprised even one person showed up. I was stoked with that. Thanks for coming and tuning in. So but yeah, so that's what I'm looking to do with the channel, and just want to know if that is of interest to you guys, and let me know what you think in the comments. And then I don't know if Eddie, are you still with me? Who else is in here? But cool. Well, anyways, I'm gonna probably end this, and then I just, again, when you're watching this, I want to and the other thing you can bring to this too is, this is supposed to be kind of like an open and dialogue, because I haven't seen a lot of this done in the space where you can do like a daily Q&A on just anything that's kind of building related in terms of HVAC. And so that's what, that's why I'm looking to do this. Let me know what you think in the comments, and other than that, I'm gonna tune out. And thanks everyone who actually tuned in. So